In Sweden, there is a family you've probably never heard of, yet they control billions of dollars. They have their fingerprints on almost every major event in the world. For 6 generations, the Wallenberg family has been like an invisible superhero. They increased their wealth and influence quietly, without anyone noticing. Countless people who fled Nazi Germany owe their lives to them. At the same time, they also had strong ties with Nazi Germany. They provided banking services to the Nazi regime. Wars were raging, governments were falling, everyone was struggling to survive. The Wallenbergs, meanwhile, kept growing stronger. Today, they are one of the most powerful and secretive families in Europe. From AstraZeneca to Ericsson, and countless companies listed on Nasdaq, they are present in nearly every aspect of our lives. Yet you never see them living in luxury or appearing in the news. Their names never appear on lists of the world's richest people. Because the Wallenbergs turned hiding wealth into an art. Through a brilliantly constructed network of foundations, they made their fortune almost invisible. But this raised serious questions. How does this family control such enormous power without anyone noticing? How did 6 men connected by blood inherit a legacy that silently shapes the world? And the most important question, who are the Wallenbergs? It all began in the 19th century with André Oscar Wallenberg. Today, we know Sweden as a powerhouse of innovation and economic strength. But in the 19th century, Sweden was very different. It had potential, but it was poor. There were big ideas, but no financial power to support them. That's exactly when André Wallenberg appeared. He was a young naval officer who had returned from the United States. His mind was full of ideas. A book he read, How to Start a Bank, changed everything. In 1856, he founded Sweden's first private bank. Stockholm's and Skilda Banken. Until then, anyone seeking credit had to go through the central bank. André Wallenberg believed in something radical. Collect small savings from ordinary people and inject them into the economy. Because the circulation of money is what makes a country grow. But could a single bank really change a nation? André's son, Knut Wallenberg, took SEB onto the international stage. The bank quickly became a financial superpower. In 1916, a law was passed limiting banks from owning industrial shares. In response, the Wallenbergs made a brilliant move and founded Investor AB. This decision permanently secured the family's future. Knut and his wife Alice had no children. They chose to dedicate their wealth to Sweden's future. In 1917, they founded the Knut and Alice Wallenberg Foundation. Billions were invested in science, medicine, and technology. Knut wasn't just a businessman. Between 1914 and 1917, he served as Sweden's Minister of Foreign Affairs. While all this was happening, family operations were taken over by Marcus Wallenberg Sr. Marcus disliked attention. His only goal was to build. He oversaw giants like ABB, Atlas Copco, Stora Enso, and Scania. After World War I, he became Europe's chief negotiator. But when Knut died, he donated his entire fortune to the foundation. Marcus felt betrayed. Yet this decision became a turning point for the family. The wealth was not divided. It remained whole, centralized, and unified. Then came World War II. Sweden was neutral. But the Wallenbergs did business with both sides. Jacob Wallenberg traded with Nazi Germany, while his brother Marcus Jr. worked with the Allies. SEB was accused of laundering looted Jewish assets for Nazi Germany. At the same time, the Wallenbergs were also connected to the resistance trying to overthrow Hitler. The July 20, 1944 assassination attempt failed, and its leaders were executed. Meanwhile, Raoul Wallenberg was sent to Budapest in 1944. 700,000 Jews were facing death. He issued fake passports, pulled people off trains, stopped death marches. He saved between 60,000 and 70,000 lives. But after the war, he was arrested by the Soviets and never returned. Today, the Wallenberg family controls an estimated $250 to $300 billion in assets, with major influence over companies like AstraZeneca, Ericsson, and Saab. Because most of their wealth is hidden within foundations, they never appear on rich lists. But in Sweden, one thing is universally known. No matter which government is in power, you have to work with the Wallenbergs. The family's philosophy is summed up in a Latin phrase: esse, non videre. To be, not to be seen. Silent. Invisible. Hidden.